Yeah, just a tiny bit.
It is just a tiny bit, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all, folks? What we're talking about, you'll never know. But welcome. Welcome to Wobbly Player Syndrome, episode 49. Hello, folks. How you all going?
49.
49, I know.
So many.
So many.
Older than me.
Yeah. Older than me. Yeah, it's great. So, yes, this is a Wobbly Player... This is a Warhammer podcast, Warhammer 40k to Specific. We're not in Pacific. It's okay. I've had one sip. One sip. Leave me alone.
You need another one by the sound of it.
Thank you very much, Isabel, for the resub. Speaking of Isabel, Mike, how you going?
Oh man, I've had better fortnights in my time, but I'm not too bad right now.
That is good. We'll keep working with that. Mark, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Getting some sleep. It's brilliant.
We all hate you. Yeah. And Mr. Arnold G. Anthony, how are you?
Yes, I'm supporting the cause. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm a bit sore. Fell off my bike on the weekend, but yeah, bruised ribs, all good.
Nice. And of course, I'm Red Belly or Greg, whichever you like to call me. I've been called worse. It's fine.
Yes.
What did I do? I can mute you. No, yeah. I can't actually. Damn it! I can mute me. Hang on, that makes no sense. Episode 49. So tonight's episode, this month's episode, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're listening to. G'day, Boardman, Oregon. This is called The Creep in the Room. Probably shouldn't have said hello to Boardman, Oregon, then say they're creep in the room because they probably think that's them. But that's not you.
We love you.
So yeah, we're talking about power creep. We've all heard of it in the game 40k, haven't we?
Indeed, we have.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We all know it's a thing, but I think just recent codexes have sort of really amped that up a bit more, so it's become quite obvious. We'll talk about that. Of course, we've got our regular stuff that we talk about. The most regular person here is... Hang on, I don't want to know about his business. But the guy who talks about all the new releases, that's Michael, so we'll go talk to him now. How you going?
Hey, not too bad. I was about to say, regular, that can't be me.
La 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 la.
So, there was a whole lot of stuff has come out, which I don't know why we've had so much more stuff than usual. I think we're late, maybe. The extra week might have added some. But, first and foremost, everyone's favorite, Warhammer Quest Cursed City has been released again. And apparently not just made to order. They're properly re-releasing it later in the year. And in that proper re-release, they are going to do the expansions they were going to do the first time around.
Yay!
So they are going to do an actual release of it, which is awesome. And I'm excited about it, and I'm the one who gets to talk about the new releases. So.
Damn it! I knew there was a catch. So, in 40k, we had, multiple combat patrols. So the Thousand Suns and the Grey Knights came out. Their individual boxes for Castellan Crow and the Infernal Master came out. Yep.
Codex Eldari came out. Gestures to Greg.
Oh, sorry.
Podcast Greg is holding up Codex Eldari. There's also Morgan Ra, the Dark Reapers, the Warlocks, the Guardians, dice and data cards. And they re-released the Triumvirate with Ivrain.
Come on, Ryan. You ready yet? Get your lippy on.
French, spelled Cardinet. The Vizier and the Incarn. And there was a bunch of Kill Team stuff. We got Kill Team Nachman, dice for those new boxes of Void Scarred Pirates and Chaos Marines and Tau Pathfinders and Soritas and a new book about Killzone Chalmath.
Sounds exciting.
And yeah, they're going up for pre-order this weekend is the new Avatar, which is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and
sweet.
the Shining Spears and the Autark, the Rangers, the Shroud Runners, Combat Patrol, and the new Tempest of War cards, which should be cool. I've missed those.
This is the Maelstrom cards, is it?
Maelstrom.
Yeah, the not Maelstrom cards.
They're not Maelstrom cards. We've missed the Maelstrom. We've gone straight into the Tempest, have we? Yeah. That does make me very happy to see that they're coming, because that's one factor of the game we do miss, I think, as a whole.
We do. I love
Yeah,
that.
I kind of like the fluid. You have to be able to change your plan as you're going kind of vibe.
Yeah, I try to do that when I'm getting killed. I try to change the plan so I'm not being killed. I haven't successfully done that as much this year as I would like to.
I just find the way we're playing at the moment is a bit rigid. You go, oh, there's 5 points this Halo. If I hold those 3, I'll win the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Pretty much.
Not much beyond that, really.
Yeah, and there's no exploding objectives or anything cool like that either.
Well, actually, the new Grand Tournament book has a little bit extra. We played a game on, we'll talk about that in battle reports, but it does have some interesting things. There's one that you can't deploy in No Man's Land as a free move, so suck it, Devilfish.
And infiltrators.
Yeah, no infiltrators. And there's another one where the actual objectives get removed.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you might start with 5, but you will end with 2. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I haven't actually read that. I think I bought that, but I haven't actually read the damn thing because I haven't had a chance to play a game.
No, sicko. That's all I got.
Yes. Yeah, at this point I should stop painting my Dark Angels and go back into my Nurgle.
Nurgle.
Like clearly he is dominating.
It's been
my
trying to get your
lifestyle.
attention for a while. Yeah.
He is a generous master.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is Grandfather Nurgle's way of flopping his scabrous Todger out on my shoulder to get my attention.
Please paint me again.
Oh shit, we should move on.
So
Speaking
speaking of Nurgle's scabrous Todger,
hobby progress. Not a lot of hobby progress at Caesar this month, but we're starting off with. Oh no, my shortcuts aren't working, so I have to do it manually. Bear with me.
Oh, they're mad.
Oh, that's me. Okay, that's my Thousand Suns I've been
Manuel.
painting. The old metal Thousand Suns that I had for years. And I put more paint on Morty. Still haven't finished him, but this is what I've been working on the last month. I've been a bit slack. I haven't actually finished anything. I've got a lot of things on the paint, painted on, but not finished. Actually, this one I did finish. He just doesn't look at that photo. So I've been mixing between Nurgle and Thousand Suns. I just can't face a Space Marine at the moment. I know a few of them, but I just can't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Now, let's see if this button wants to work. No, of course not. Oh, well, it did. This one worked. That's you, Michael.
Yep. So I've been painting my Outriders, which are this month's War on Grey Plastic unit, and I think the other picture there is my Assault Intercessors, which were last month's War on Grey Plastic unit. Yeah, just trying to keep up with it despite the crap that's going on in my life right now.
Well, you're actually finishing stuff, which is more than I have at the moment.
I am
Yeah.
actually finishing stuff. I was a day late. I think it was on the Intercessors. I finished them on the 1st of this month, and in my defense, I blame February.
It's a good
Because I
blame.
You're
forgot.
supposed to have
I
3
forgot-
more days.
Yeah, I forgot leap years were a thing, so February done fucked me.
That's okay.
Bloody February. But I'm trying to keep on track ahead of it this time. I think I'm just up to washes, basically, on those guys, so I
Nice.
should get them done. I've got 9 days or so.
Oh, 9 days, and hopefully I'll actually get something finished, not these half things. Like, I've even got bases done before the models were done. I went, hang on. That doesn't work. Did you get that? Cool. And Anthony is just struggling.
Yeah, a bit of a lull at the moment. I am painting some Blood Angels Terminators. Really nice hit with the lightning claws, and I'm just trying to put a little bit of extra effort into them. They're a really good kit, so I should have them finished in the next few days. Apart from that, I've got nothing left to paint.
Said no hobbyist ever.
I mean, not like look, I've got odds and sods and a single figure here and a single figure there, but I don't know. I'm just not inspired by any of them at the moment, so we'll see what happens. I want to game more though, so I'm really keen to get out and game.
Yep,
So,
I'm always up for a
Commission
game.
you for my knit.
sure, paint you need, or I'll steal your mind.
Needs codex. Needs codex coming.
Do you feel like painting a Warhammer Quest set?
Yeah, I've got a lot of board games got mentions that need to be done.
Oh, they're
Oh,
not
man,
40,
don't even get me
if
started.
they're not 40k, I can't do it.
Just squint. They're 40k.
I do have I have Blackstone Fortress 40 Warhammer
There you
Quest.
go.
I've painted some of them. They're nice figures, actually. They're really good.
They are. They're really cool looking.
Yeah, I got
just
given
haven't got
some.
around to it.
Friend had two kits, so I got given sort of a few odds and sods they didn't want, and yeah, they're nice.
They
nice
gave you
figures.
their kids?
The kits. No, I don't want the kids. I've got my own. I don't want any more.
You said kids and there are a few odds and sods. You can't call them that.
Yeah, not goats, little foxes.
Yeah. All right, so, yeah, well, you have at least had one battle report, Anthony, and I think it is the first one that will come up if I press this button. It is the first one that comes up. It is my Death Guard with Mortarion versus Anthony's Golden Boys Custodians, and he will now discuss the beating he put on me.
I
Wow.
can't believe how few models he has.
Oh, look, first time playing the new codex. Yeah, they're really good. They've got the tricks. They've got all the tricks. Look, yeah, I thought it'd be a lot harder than it actually ended up being. I'm sorry, Greg. It just
Oh, it wasn't hard at all. Yeah.
terrified of Morty, so I just threw absolutely everything at him and surrounded him with custodies. Just surrounding someone with custodies. Yeah, I think it still took about 4 turns to bring him down, but I don't know, I think he whimpered a little bit.
Oh, he
as well.
did. He whiffed. It's because you're
My invulnerables.
yeah,
It's
invulnerables and your transhuman equivalent.
And lots
Yeah.
of minus ones. to
Minus
hit
ones to
and
hit. Yeah, it was just became
Yeah.
impossible. When there was like 5 squads on him, I'm going, oh my god, it just bogged him down. The only thing that did anything was my Terminators, but they took forever to get there. And right, I'm here now. Who do we squash over him?
They moved the furthest up the table of everyone.
Yeah.
They just kept on going.
Yeah. So they did some damage. I think I was left with 3 models on the table by the end of the game. So yeah, not a good day for me.
The thing that was most pleasing though is I got to blow up both of your tanks. I hate those tanks so much, and I did get to destroy both of them with my dreadnoughts. I was very pleased with that.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good game. I think. Well, I'm not sure it was good. I enjoyed it. I had fun. The
Just when you
custodians were
back
fun.
to the end of the game.
Yeah.
And it's good for you.
Yeah, look, it was. I don't know. By about turn 2, I was like, oh, I think this is gonna work.
Yeah, at the end of turn 1, I went, yeah, I think I'm in trouble.
Yeah, the melter equipped bikes.
Well, my rolls didn't help me. You know, all right, you blow up another rhino. Oh, surely I can't lose all of them. Oh, 7 are dead.
By turn 2, I took out both the rhinos, and you.
Yeah.
The second one, you threw 4 ones for
7. I lost 7 and 1 unit.
7 and 1 unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. There was almost a table flip there. I'm almost certain there was a.
That's why they're heavy tables at Jolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty depressing to watch. I just couldn't. I was struggling, and I think it's because 3rd or 4th loss in a row. I'm just going, what am I doing differently? I don't know what I'm doing differently. I'm mixing armies, that's for sure, but I don't know if Morty will go back on the table anytime soon for a 2,000 point army. If you do 2.5,
No.
yeah, or
You
a big
needed
epic.
You needed more bodies on the table, and I think
Yeah.
losing those figures the way you did
Oh my god,
didn't help your cause.
it did not. It's
Good.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's go to happier times. Oh, that's where I got to play. Now, Adam's not here. He's overseas at the moment, so I can talk about him as much as I want. He can't do anything. I hope he's not dialing in. So, his Tau has smashed my Catachan. They've smashed my Death Guard. So, fine. I'll try my Witches. Why not? I'm in love with my Witches again. Because I didn't realise, I still had in my head that the old codex where they can't all have the same drug, they can all have the same combat drug. So all of them had movement. So they were moving 10 inches. And so I was in his face by turn 1. And I just went, right, these little blades will help. Stab, 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 stab. and it worked. I was killing them, and my scourges, as useless as they are, every time they drop down, there's this big model, shoot him! Everything missed, everything, no wounds. Went right. Now you're going to turn around and kill me, aren't you? Yep.
So did that game happen before or after the Tau nerf came in?
Before.
Well,
Okay.
I was going to say, aren't like the two meta armies, well, the three meta armies right now, aren't they like Eldar, Drukhari, and Tau?
Yeah, they
Custodians you missed.
they cut down the amount of like crisis suits and tanks and stuff that you could have.
That's the rumored one. That's not the data slate that went up and went down. Yeah. No, he had a normal force, but because battle suits are still infantry, poisoned weapons worked for them.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So so it was really handy. So it was good. That's my first win for the year. Was this one here? Like, oh my god! So I was quite excited.
it is hard to do something about an army that can charge you in the first turn.
Yeah. But the battlesuits shoot as normal in combat.
Yes.
As normal. No modifiers. As normal.
That's just fucking cray-cray.
Yeah. But they only have the one round. Like, there was no psychic round, obviously, but there was shooting, which he obviously came out on top, and then there was melee, which then I showed my colours.
You just need to fist them before they shoot you.
Yeah, basically. Fist them before they shove it up my... Yeah. Yeah, so that was good. I got a win. Huzzah! My first one of the year. So I'm not on the bottom of the ladder anymore. Huzzah! Which is good. And then we decided to try a Crusade match on Friday night. So that was 25 power level. First time we're playing Crusade. I'm using my Death Guard for the Crusade. And he has chosen Grey Knights. There they are there. So that's 4. He's using Castle and Crow, is it? As his main leader. Well, I've just got a Lord of Contagion. And I must say, a Lord of Contagion that actually worked. Not only Deep Strike, he made the charge and then killed everyone. I went, oh my god. I don't think I've ever had a Lord of Contagion make the charge on Deep Strike. So
this is why you lost Morty.
I was about to say, you did the first time you played me. That fucking Lord of Contagion tanked 3/4 of my army at once.
Oh, well, there you go. It was overdue.
Yeah, he landed, charged like my back units, and then I just rolled my entire backfield onto him, and he just made all his saves and started punching motherfuckers. It took me 3 turns to kill him.
Yeah. No, it's fun.
Because I think I like when you played me, when you first got that army, I think I las cannoned him as he was trudging halfway
because they had
his own.
Because they had a movement of 3 and stuff. I was going, oh my god, this is ridiculous. You're just going bang, 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 bang. Shut up! Because they've gave him an extra 1 movement, so it makes it a bit easier. But if he misses, it's pretty hard for him to come back from that.
Yeah, my second game against you, I moved away from him and shot him with a repulsor.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so I did table the Grey Knights, which is a nice feeling. Just take note, Anthony. I'm coming for you next.
Not my Grey Knight. Haven't lost yet.
Yeah, I do like the Crusade because then we had to work out the experience points and things like that. So funnily enough, I won, but he got a veteran character and I didn't. So he got a character to get the battle thing because they just did more on the table than I did. I spread it across the table more.
Well, they do say that the experience comes from bad judgment.
You can only learn from mistakes. That's right. So yeah, that was really good. I'm looking forward to continuing the Crusade. That Crusade is going to go on for the rest of the year, and it's not too late to join, folks. Of course.
Yes, I was supposed to play a game in that, but I've been in isolation, so I can't play it yet.
Yes, but as I said, it's going all year, so there's no. Once we've got our head around how to build the force, because he said you've got 5 requisition points to start the game. Well, you need to spend that to get yourself some power level. So 1 requisition point is 5 power level. So if you want a 5 power level army, you need to spend all 5 of that requisition point at the start. Yes. So be aware of that. So you can spend 20 of it and get a 20 power level and have 5 and give them relics and stuff like that, but then you only got a 20 power level.
So I'm looking at having about 3 figures for my custodies.
Still too many for me. Yeah. Well, I had 20 Poxwalkers, but they can't earn any experience points. But they actually did a lot on that army. I'm going to do this. And okay. They don't get anything for it. It's great.
I think I'll use Death Watch for Crusade. I'm not using them for anything else. So.
Oh, well, I got a match this Friday against Scotty D49. His Death Watch versus my Witches. Mm-hmm. We have exchanged battle lists. I am fucked. He has 3 Redemptors and 1 Contemptor.
Ooh, that's very meta.
Jetpacks and bikes for his Death Watch.
Yeah, no Black Stars.
Which value are you playing?
2,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. It is called Death Watch Tournament List. So yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oof.
But we'll be streaming that on Friday. The date of the Friday would be... I don't know. What's the date today? 21. Friday, the 26th of March. We'll be streaming that on Scotty D49's Twitch channel. Let's keep an eye on that one.
Chris and I are playing on Friday as well.
Yes, so, your mini tournament, which I would love to have been part of.
Yeah, I think we've just turned into a 2,000 point battle now. So.
Yeah. Well, we could do multiple Crusade matches on the Saturday instead. Anyway, where's the tangent button? I'm sure there's somewhere. Yeah.
Fine.
So we've done our normal stuff that we normally talk about. All the exciting stuff, the hobby and exciting. We want to get to the good stuff now. The ranting and raving. So we're going to have...
You were going to say the ladder, but you're not winning, so...
Oh, sorry. The ladder. Yes, no, that's fair. The ladder. Pronto Hill is on top of the ladder. Pronto Hill is on top. Anthony is in second. And because I've got bonus points, I'm in third.
Woo! I'm not on it yet.
No, you're not. It is quiet. Nathan is behind me, and it's only because I've actually finally won one. Yeah. But yeah, bonus points for the win. I think I'm only a point behind Anthony because he missed one.
You are.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get a game in this year.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah.
You got to get 3.
Got to get 3. Got to be 3, otherwise you don't get the wooden spoon. Isn't that right?
Yes. as the preeminent collector of wooden spoons.
Good point.
Yes.
So we did this month have our award night. So all the people in waiting who got the best painting and stuff like that, we did actually do that this month. So we went out to the pub. There's a good bunch of us out there, a good load of us, and we did do the awards. Now, if I hit this button, it should start doing them. The pictures. Okay, great. First pictures coming up are the individual, the solo. So the best solo. So there's the nominations that are coming up at the moment. You can see them. It's very exciting. I just realised what I haven't done, but that's okay. So... we could talk about. So it was good. The competition was pretty close this year. There were, out of the 3 categories, there were 2 that were runaway winners. There was 1 that had to go that went into a tiebreaker. It's all right. I know the guy does the tally, so it's okay. No. So that is the winner for individual model was the Flesh Terror that you saw there, and that was with Nathan. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it. So there is his trophy. There you go.
We did accept it on his behalf.
We did. There's his trophy. He hasn't even got it. And then we had the best squad.
I went into COVID isolation before I could see him.
Best squad was next. There's Anthony's Blood Angels. Just 1 or 2 Flesh Terrors. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. It said 1 squad. 1 squad!
May as well 1 squad.
Then we go into the Blade Guard. Deathwing? No. The other ones.
Yeah, those are Deathwing.
They are Deathwing. Yeah. Got some Grey Knights. They were Adams. The Deathwings were Michaels. And then we got some Salamanders coming up. There it is. They're my Salamanders. Nice and bright and green. And the winner was the Salamanders. This was the one that came down to 1 vote. There's me looking all so proud. That other trophy is because I won the top of the ladder again. But yeah, look at me excited. Woo! Drunkwing. Yes, so dodgy. Then that is for sportsmanship went to Nathan, and there's the wooden spoon winner, looking proud. Where's the
I'm so glad I
large?
didn't wear that.
And that's not safe for work, Mark. I'm trying to there should be large model. There we go, large model. So there's a nomination. The large model is Be'lakor there by Adam.
How did his photo get in there?
We have that's the librarian dreadnought.
Be'lakor and Dreadnought category.
Be'lakor. I didn't put a dreadnought in, and that's a war suit. Didn't see that because it's camouflage.
No, it's a Dreadnought.
Yeah,
Pretends.
there's your Redemptor, Dark Angel Redemptor, and of course, and there was my entry, which was the Razorwing. Ta-da! Shiny colours, and the winner was the Be'lakor by a landslide. It was smashed it, and we're going to have a great photo of him accepting his award. Well done, Adam. So there you go, folks. That was our award night. Isn't the wooden spoon meant to be a spoon? Yeah, I didn't do the trophies this year. We'll have to have words with the people that did it. Thank you, Not Safe for Work, Mark, for doing the trophies.
Oh, that's how his photo snuck in.
Yeah, you got to give a plug. Got to give a plug to the provider, right? So that was a good night. Had a lot of fun. We got to play some silly games afterwards, which was good. The first thing you need to learn about wooden spoon is that there is no spoon. That is correct. So
we're going to talk about wooden spoon.
That's it. So we're going to go to our short break, and then we'll get into the topic of the month: the creep in the room. Looking at someone here. All right, be back sec.
We are Rollers, and we have the games for you. Be it board games, card games, dice games, or party games. You name it, and we have it. Find us online at rollersboardgames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at rollersboardgames.
From acoustic to distortion, Storyboard Concept is music that's honest, relaxing, and full ball rockin' music. Follow Colin at storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com. What was that?
When I'm drinking straight spirits, I tend not to get that drunk.
Fantastic. Speaking of the creep in the room, now you know. So, yes, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the adverts. The music is definitely done by...
Storyboard Concept.
Thank you. I was going to say his name, and I was saying his name makes no sense to anyone else, so that's why I struggled. And, of course, our images that we use here are thank you to the owner of Rollers Board Games. So we better give him a plug for that. Thanks, Sam. You're welcome, Greg. Yeah, that's good. Sorry, the creep in the room. Dodgy Witch is just going, oh shit, it's the first time she's watched the show in a while. Doesn't mean it's her. No, it's okay. You're not in this room. Alright, so we came about, how did we come about this, folks? The creep, what we're talking about is creep.
Power creep.
Thank you. I'm sure I only had a sip. I'm sure.
Codex creep.
The Codex creep. We've had a couple of codexes released for the Custodies, the Tau, and the Eldari. And you'll see a nice big trend at the moment with the top armies are the Custodies, the Tau, the Eldari. So Drakari is still up there, and I'm not that competitive list, that's for sure, because I don't play with all the homunculus and all the tricks and trades. But anyway, Squat Codex will be OP. I hope so, mate. I hope so. C4 Dark Maid.
A long time.
Bring back the trikes. They were awesome. The big choppers. It's good. So, as a Custodies player, Anthony, how do you feel about this creep in the room?
I like the new Custodies Codex, but I completely agree. Were insanely powerful. I don't think they're tier 1, like the top. I think
there's several tournaments that'll disagree with that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they're playing them better than I am. Well, I guess I've got 100% win ratio on my new Codex game. But I think I'm the last 4 codexes released. Like, we had this nice trickle of codexes coming through, and it seemed fairly balanced, and there was a little bit here, a little bit there, and then I think Drukhari sort of notched it up a little bit, and then they just bang! We're going to have no invulnerable saves. We're going to have AP -4 as well. So you're dead. Whatever. And they do like 2d6 damage. I think it's all just gone a bit crazy, and it really does annoy me, because there's nothing quite like your 300-point unit getting shot off the board in one turn.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like, bastard.
Well, no. Look, you do. You don't, because it took me 4 turns to kill Morty with 80% of my
killed
force.
pretty much everything else off the table pretty quick, but that's not the point.
But yeah, look, it is frustrating that the imbalance is there, and it's creeping in a lot quicker. And I think the codexes that have come out earlier, Death Guard, Blood Angels, whatever else there is, are going to need something, because they're going to struggle. They're not going to do anything.
Well, Necron's a good example of that at the moment. They were one of the first to come out, and they're just very not competitive at the moment, friendly or otherwise.
No.
Well, I mean, you can see just how much they've realised that they've put themselves in a fucked position with how these articles just coming out one after another about how, oh yeah, we've massively increased the stats on all these Tyranids.
Yeah.
Because they realised that, fuck, these guys can't do it. You know? With the new codexes, they were like, shit, we need to buff these like mad, or they're not going to reach the other side.
No, and I think Tyranids were a good example of something that I think they've reached where they should have been in the last edition. Now,
they really needed a buff. I mean, there was a lot of I was joking with people that I will bleed on you to death, because basically with Nids you were done by turn 3, usually more like turn 2, and like. AP just didn't exist for ages in the Tyranids army, and it was just like everyone's getting invulnerable saves, everyone's getting, all these crazy like feel no pains and stuff, and it feels like you're stuck in like 6th edition or something like that, and you just can't scratch anything because they've all got 2+.
Yeah,
and
there's so many
2+
AP dropping up now.
There is.
You're 2+, and you're in cover, so you've got 1+ essentially. So. And there's heaps of that. I mean, I watched a game of Deathwing Terminators, and they just walked across the table, and because I think they half damage, or they -1 damage as well, or something. And
it's -1.
-1. They just
it's the same as Terminator, Death Guard.
They have like Deathwing have like transhuman physiology light.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
but part of the inner what the fucking. The Deathwing rule.
Yeah.
Inner circle. Inner circle is the word I was looking for.
We should know that.
Yes.
But yeah, look, the Tyranids, I think they're where they should have been with some of the rules I've seen. But I think unless I see something really good out of their sort of army-wide rules or their Hive Fleet rules, I'm not sure they're there quite yet.
Yeah,
we haven't seen the codex fully yet,
haven't.
So I'm gathering that it's a pretty comprehensive thing, because I mean it looks like a lot of their weaponry is getting a redo, and Nids have a very small number of weapons. So when you see Scything Talons go from certain damage in AP, you know that's going to be army wide, even though they've only released like a Hormagaunt stat line.
Yeah, I did like the flavour of that itchy guy.
Oh, yeah, heck was that?
That's good. That's bringing flavour to the army. I loved it. I thought it was great. And we're going to infect you, and if you're not dying, that's fine. You're going to itch, and you're going to scratch, and you might pop out some rippers. I love it.
Yeah.
That's very Tyranids. More flavour to it. Yeah. As opposed to, let's put a tank on the field that's cost less than a Lehman Russ, but they can kill a Lehman Russ in one turn.
Only once, Craig. You bring it up all the time.
Well, we're talking about power creep, and one of the big things that came up was the Tau with their rail guns. Yeah, Because it's not just the one tank that has that. It's also on the battle suits and it's also on the small infantry. They all have their own version of railguns, which is okay, I get hit, it's -4 damage. Jesus, okay. Not much is going to survive that. But it's also a mortal wound. Oh, shit, okay. And D6 damage +2. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is one gun, and you've got a unit of them? Hang on. So... Yeah.
The railguns did need a buff, but I don't think it quite needed quite that level of buff.
Yeah. Like,
you know, like there has to be a balance between decimating all and my guns are useless. You know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of got that vibe where I look at it and go, yeah, okay, I can see how those changes would have been good, but then there's the extra stuff like the sub-munitions. You're like, they needed to be buffed, but I think perhaps you took it too far by adding the extra bullshit on top.
Yeah. I think when you can't have a save, okay, -4. All right, if you have a -4, you should be allowed to have the invulnerable save, if that unit has it. But have a -4 and no invulnerable save, and no cover save, and a mortal wound. Okay, hang on. That's a little extreme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's only one shot, but it's one shot that will take down a tank.
Yeah, like, there were things that ignored invulnerables before, but they were things like the Oathbreaker guidance missile, which had you could shoot it twice.
Yeah.
2 shots per game. You know, and it fired one shot each.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're like, oh, nah, you know, fucking everything's got it now. Yeah, let's go.
And this is the thing, and this is where I guess the topic comes from, is that, the latest codex is the best codex.
Well, did Genestealer cults get that love? They got the crossfire rule. I haven't seen enough battle reports, so I haven't been able to play.
Yeah,
obviously, Michael hasn't been able to play at the moment either. So,
and I would have used my Dark Angels instead of my Genestealers. I haven't even really cracked open the book, but I didn't hear much about it causing a splash. It looked like it had some cool stuff in it.
It has been huge, and everyone thought it was a very strange thing to match Custodes up to Genestealer cults in the book. The box release. It was like they're really opposite ends of the scale of the meta with the rules that they ended up getting. And I haven't seen a game where Custodes haven't come out on top actually against Genestealers.
Also the fluff of there's a Genestealer cult outbreak on Terra. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, in the fluff, basically, if you had an outbreak, you were fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
by the time the outbreak went full-fledged, you're already stuffed.
Yeah, unless you caught them before they came out. Like, they basically didn't attack until it was overwhelming force and you couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of the way a lot of the fluff has been found, and that's why they look for them, because if you don't get them to attack early, you won't beat them. And then they're like, oh, yeah, no, there's one on Terra. Like, what? I'm sorry, fucking what?
Custodes just would not let that happen. I'm sorry. It just wouldn't happen.
Oh, they were busy killing my Death Guard.
Yeah, sorry, they were. Did I mention I killed Morty?
How many times it took you to do it? Yeah, just want to say.
I know. Got there at the end.
Yeah, the scenario did not help me, and then my death did not help me more.
But yeah, I mean, it does come across really with this whole codex creep type thing, is that it seems like they're balancing the game one book at a time, rather than so they pick a faction, they go, oh yeah, this is what this needs, but there's no thought outside of the book, outside of that side, for the ramifications for the game.
So we know the books aren't written the month before. They've been in the works for quite a while, and well, theoretically they should have been anyway. They should have been game tested. Theoretically they should anyway. There must be some testing, and surely someone's got to go, holy shit, no way can we play that on the field.
I think it's often been alleged that Games Workshop has a problem of they don't have power gamers in their testing clique.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So, like, because that's been a problem for like 30 years. That the guys writing the rules play people like us. Like, they're just like dudes who play to have fun and play casually, and so they don't test the rules to destruction.
Yeah.
The way
get the combos, and they get the crunching, the math crunching.
And I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised.
it's called
if
Math
that's
Hammer.
part-
Yeah, they don't Math Hammer it.
But
They're not Math Hammer nerds.
But it also seems like they've sort of walked back on their open testing kind of regime, because I know for a while there they were using like the Las Vegas Open to test out new rule
They
sets
still
and
do.
codexes and things.
As far as I know, they still do, and that's where you'll get data slates. The balance sheets will sort of come out from those tournaments.
Yeah, because as I said, I mean, it just seems like, just send it with the codexes, and then we'll fix it in post with a FAQ or something like that.
I love the
does
fact that the
feel like-
custodies had a points reduction 1 week after the book was released.
And the
Yeah.
FAQ came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And they've done that a couple of times now. The book's come out in the FAQ. They may as well just stick it in there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So,
But what gets me though is that the FAQ isn't written overnight either. So why aren't they talking to each other?
It does
Different
feel like the
department,
left and right hand aren't communicating
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, it feels a lot of the time like the guys who write the rules aren't talking to the guys who write the stratagems as well.
all right. What if they are listening? They are looking at tournaments. They can see armies such as Dracaria winning all the time. And they go, how do we stop that? Okay, let's make Eldari top of the thing and just go bang. And therefore, all those hardcore tournament players, because the meta's now changed, will buy all the Eldari models and we make a fortune off that. Then we bring out a new book where that becomes the meta, and then all the hardcore tournament players buy all those miniatures.
So what you're suggesting that they look at what stock they have unsold, and then go, new codex for that.
When was the last time anyone bought Tau?
Well, I mean, it's just,
I mean, it's often been an allegation that they do this to make people churn armies.
Yeah.
So, and they do a lot of shit like that. Like, I fucking hate the way they get on about New Year, New Army. I'm like, no, fuck off. You shouldn't be starting a new army every year.
Good God.
I'm
not? What do you mean I'm not? What? Shit!
I'm terrible for starting new armies, but every time I see the Belco store and all the other stores start going like, New Year, New Army, I'm like, fucking really, guys?
New month, new army!
I mean, is buying one unit of a new army a new army?
Well, I mean, they encourage you to, like, they did like a thing where they like tried to encourage people to like paint like, 1,500 points worth of their new army and show them off and have like a competition, look the best, like, so not just buy one new unit.
Yeah, so some chatter in talk. Joker's picked up the G-Steel Cult. Some interesting rules in there. For me, the creep, it sounds very early release 9th ed. Books could be getting a redo at 9.5. Yeah, well, Death Guard got a new book. It's not possible.
I do kind of subscribe a bit to some of this 9.5-esque type thing, because, I mean, we have been getting a lot of rumours and things about some major changes.
Yeah.
And I mean, getting 2 or 3 codexes per side for one edition is...
Well, funny enough, they haven't done
That
Space
seems
Marine,
to
though.
have-
The Space Marine has been redone 17 times, and not all the chapters are out, so that's kind of weird.
Even
C4 Dark Marine
Marines are
did do a new army every year. He now has every army. There you go. It works.
I do as well, but I don't think it's responsible, and I don't think they should be encouraging it.
Well, isn't that what every crack dealer does?
It's designed to invoke feelings of spending.
Yes, Scotty, yeah, that's what they've effectively done. They make models that aren't selling a lot to have great rules to just ramp up sales. Yes, that's true. And then when they, even with the inside their own faction, they'll increase the points of units that everyone's buying and decrease the points that no one's buying. It's not just whole armies. It's
Yeah.
Mort's now 5,000 points, but a Nurgling Swarm is 2. You should get more of them.
Did you guys read the article that I...
We'll only sell them to you 5 at a time.
Yeah. But you need
Did you
6
guys-
in a unit.
Did you guys catch the article that I linked about what they're trying to do with AOS? With the bounties and stuff?
No.
So they're basically trying to give, like, you get more victory points if you kill meta units with non-meta units.
I did read that. Yeah.
So, like, if you take a bunch of meta stuff and your opponent doesn't,
Yeah.
if he kills it with something that is considered unpopular or weak,
Yeah.
then he will get a massive point bonus. And whereas you will not because you're using things that are powerful. I kind of like the idea of that.
I like it, like a trophy hunting thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it shakes out because it's responsive to what players are doing. Like it's you know what is popular and successful in the meta, and that they're trying to reward people for taking non-cookie cutter armies.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I do too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious if it'll come to 40k to try and address some of this power creep stuff.
We'll play test it for you, G-Dub.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea because I don't know, I like core troops. I like having troops with Marines and stuff.
I'd be much more on board with some of these power creep type situations if it felt like they were rebaselining the game or something like that. But it really just feels like it's Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids.
I mean, that's... Sorry.
That's okay. I think it's the power... Having powerful weapons in 40k is great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But there has to be a chance of survival.
Yeah.
And at the moment, some of these weapons are not giving that. And you need to either be super strong with high AP, but doesn't ignore the invulnerable save.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't have the high AP, and it does.
Ignore it.
That's the balance that they're missing at the moment. They've gone, no, this is strength 10, AP 4, ignores your invulnerable save, and it does D6 plus 3 damage, or 2D6 damage, or whatever they're doing. I mean, they're one-shotting tanks. And
they've basically reintroduced destroyer weapons.
Yeah.
Destroyer weapons. We've destroyed the game, really. I mean, I remember watching a match where they went, this is my template. Poof, your army's gone. You know, it's like, oh, well, that game.
Yeah, it's like for a while there, everyone had a shadow sword because it had a D weapon.
Yeah. And
it was like the most efficient D weapon platform, so they were everywhere.
And the game went like that. It just it petered off because people was like, oh, I don't want to play that. And
I went to play Apocalypse when that happened.
Where the rules are balanced and big weapons work still. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Another game of Apocalypse. Yeah.
I still think all vehicles should have some form of invulnerable save. I mean, maybe the bigger the vehicle, the better invulnerable save.
It's still funny how the Lehman Russ has a better save than a Baneblade.
See, the funny thing about this, though, is that originally tanks had the whole armor system, and they deliberately made, went to 8th and went, yep, we're not going to have it where guns can't do shit to tanks. But now that they've gone so crazy with all of the AP and not given any of them invulnerable saves, you're like, well, how like tanks feel like they're made of cardboard.
Well, that was actually part of the reason they swapped to wounds in the first place, was because when you rolled your damage die and could one-shot the tank, they were like, well, people don't like having tanks one-shotted, so that's why they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
So that tanks wouldn't get one-shotted.
Yeah.
Because they would have wounds, and now we have guns that are so powerful they just can anyway.
Yeah. C4 Darkmane misses second ed armor system. So do I.
I miss everything about second ed. Fucking vehicle movement that required templates.
Oh yes, and hit the side armor or the rear armor or the front armor. None of this. My turret can shoot through me and get you on the other side. And I take my sponsor.
Rear armor led to so many arguments. It's like, no, you're in my rear armor. No, it's my side armor.
I would say that's why they got rid of that.
And it had to be within line of sight of the sponson or the gun. Not
my left-hand sponsor can shoot the right-hand people. It's fine.
Not an antenna sticking up in the air that just shoots death rays from everything.
I mean, it got a little annoying in, I think it was like 6th edition, where your sponson, the actual physical arc of your sponson was what mattered, not what the vehicle was.
Yeah.
So Mark 3B Land Raiders were worse than normal Land Raiders because a 3B Land Raider's gun couldn't turn all the way around, so therefore it couldn't shoot backwards. But a normal Land Raider, which is the same points and functionally the same model, could turn all the way around and shoot
just
backwards.
remember, you had to shoot all your weapons at one target.
Yeah.
That was,
And
so
if you didn't, you had to declare them at one time.
Yeah, and your sponson was pointing at the wrong target. You couldn't shoot that weapon.
Unless you had the machine spirit, that was right. The Land Raider could let you
the
still
machine
shoot.
spirit could shoot in one direction, one other direction. But that was just drove me out the wall. That roll.
Yeah. Yeah, come to think of it, stuff's seconded. Yeah.
Silly place.
You also had to shoot at what you were charging, and that was really annoying because you just removed the figures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm not charging you now, damn it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Every edition has had drawbacks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look.
I have high hopes for Ninth. I don't hate Ninth. I feel it's still an easier flow to play. There's some float in the stratagems, and the special rules are not special rules. They're just renamed core rules.
Yeah. I kind of, a lot of us were expecting this to happen, and I've been saying that I hope this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
With things like when they decided, like, oh yeah, we're just going to do like a yearly readjustment of all the points, and it's like, well, does that mean they're not going to test the codexes properly because they don't have to? They can just patch it like it's a video game at the end of the year.
And that seems the way they've gone.
Yeah, and they are releasing codexes really fast compared to previous periods of time where they've been super slow. So maybe this is something that we've got to expect with the rate, but it still sucks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. If we want them out, we're very fickle. We want them now! Oh, but we want you to take your time and get it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, they're still having playtesters test the codexes. Yeah, but not the right ones, clearly. Thank you, Scotty D. Jacob makes me wonder if this is what they will do for Chaos to run Cultist. Oh, okay. Jacob Paints is talking about Gene Stealer Cult. If you want Blood Brothers, you do need the Guard book as well to run a detachment as Blood Brothers. Yeah. I wonder if they'll do that with Chaos. I'm hoping Cultists will get their own codex. That's a dark Imperial.
One page, laminated.
A new Lost and the Damned codex.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
There's more armies to get books out for during a cycle. Yeah, there's still a lot of armies that don't have their books. Imperial Guard. Tyranids next. We know Chaos is loving life at the moment.
One wound, Space Marine.
Well, that's what they get for being dirty traders.
I agree. Yeah, definitely dirty traders.
Where's the Khorne Demonkin codex?
Yeah.
So where were we? Sidetrack. Tangent. It's good.
I think there's a lot to be done with the codexes, and I think it is really. I strongly agree. It's a marketing ploy. I think it's get the next best thing happening, and I've been tempted by Tau. I must admit, but I want to.
I've got a good read tonight, so
yeah.
But I'm more intrigued about this one though because I could pair up with my Drakari. Yeah.
Totally agree with you, Darkmane. Legion of the Damned need to come back.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, what about the tease for Rough Riders? That's got to be a Rough Rider, right?
Yeah,
it
looks a lot like a Rough Rider spear, man.
It does.
It's going to be like a Mad Max style car with a grenade.
Actually,
you're right. Yeah.
They were talking up how we're going to have ash wastes, which is going to be vehicle combat.
Yeah.
So it could be that, and if it is, I will still be very hyped, but part of me will cry.
Oh, I'll cry, buy them, turn them into legends, Rough Riders, and they go, I feel better. I want a pony. Yeah.
Just get a bunch of the jackals from the Gene Stealer cult and make fucking
it's not a bad idea.
Catagen bikers or something. I
was going to do that for my Tempest when I was doing the slow grow, but it's just a whole lot of purchasing of stuff I really didn't need.
See, this is why you're running out of things to paint. If you're not going to buy things you don't need, how are you going to have stuff to paint?
How are you going to have your pile of potential grow?
Yeah.
It's not meant to shrink, it's meant to grow.
I need a new mountain bike.
If you don't have a precarious pile of models next to your chair, are you even trying?
No, I look at the moment. I must admit, I'm not. I actually walked into Joel. We had a game.
Yep.
And I thought, I need to buy something. I went, that's $75. Damn it! I walked out the door. And I really wanted it, but I couldn't. So I bought a lot of paint instead.
Yeah.
That's all right. I think we've established I have more captains than you can have in a chapter, and I'm still buying more fucking captains.
Yeah.
Well, I do like the birthday model was an Inquisitor. Went, yay, not a Space Marine again.
Yeah, I was like, that's cool. That's a model I won't use, but I fucking want it.
Oh, well, they need some love too, Inquisition.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just bring out an Inquisition-style kill team game.
Just give them their own bloody Crusade rules. Aren't they just the perfect things for Crusade?
Yeah, I agree. That'd be awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
And if we could do it without making them a little allies choice that literally every army will take because they have some overpowered bullshit that stops deep striking this time, that'd be great.
I don't know if you're playing against me.
Remember that?
No.
There was like when one of the codexes that came out, you could get like a super cheap Inquisitor with like a dirt cheap. They could buy Cyber Skulls, and the Cyber Skulls prevented deep striking within like a range. And so you just took one, and they had the special rule where they were allowed to be allied to pretty much anything as just an individual unit. So you could buy one Inquisitor, ally it to your army, give him a pile of Cyber Skulls, and just deny your area for deep striking.
Scotty D saying, yeah, he did that.
It was bullshit, and everybody did it.
I love it.
No. No, if you ever take an Inquisition, they have to be a warlord, surely. They're taking over. They're not here to... just sit in the background.
I always took my Inquisitor with Scion detachment, so he came in with their flyers and hung out with them.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the army went and did their thing, and this detachment had the Inquisitor and went and executed things.
That's essentially what I did with why I built my Tempestus force, hoping the Inquisitors would buff them, but they really don't do anything for anything.
No, they need to do something with Acolytes. They need a bit more flavour with Acolytes if they're going to. If that's what you can choose from.
Well, I mean, technically, Exterminatus might be a thing, but
10 CP.
And here's the icon in the table I put this field. Now you got to get away from that 72 inches away, and you're safe.
You call the ability "My authority is unlimited."
That would be an overpowered creep.
Man,
really would.
72 inches.
As long as it kills that hammerhead, I'm fine. Yeah.
I played a game of Apocalypse where someone had an Emperor class Titan, and it could shoot you from like 13 feet away. I was 3 tables away from this Titan, and it shot me from the other end of the table. It just ignored everyone between me and him and went, he's got like 4 super heavies. Boom!
But you didn't know it because it was so far away. I said, I'm shooting you!
It's a 6!
Trust me, it's a 6!
Then we teleported Terminators onto its feet, and it was in close combat, so it couldn't shoot anymore.
Yeah.
See, Scotty D's doing this Inquisition with his 7th Space Marine Army in 7th Ed. Oh, there you go. I wonder if you were on earlier when I said I don't want to face your bloody Death Watch. I'll be fine. I've had 2 wins. I'm up for another loss. It's fine.
It's not your fault, Greg.
What are you taking?
Witches?
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, the witches are pretty nuts. Like,
they're only Space Marines.
No, there's not many Space Marines there. There's 3 Redemptors, a Contemptor. Small, if they're not in jetpacks and they've got bikes. I don't think there was any infantry actual units. So, should be fine.
No, run away.
but yeah.
I do have an ability that I can leave the table. I don't know if I'm going to come back, though.
There's not much you can do after a table toss, really, is there?
I used to do that. boy.
Oh, yeah, 20 infantry, 3 characters. All right, I've got 23 targets. There you go.
Hey,
That'll be
mean,
fine.
that's like a Deathwing unit army. But yeah, the power creep. I think it's probably here to stay
real.
for a little while at least.
It's nothing new.
Yeah.
We've seen it in every edition, and we complain about it in every edition, I think it's just become...
It does seem to have gotten a little worse.
Yeah, as Anthony was saying before, the codex has sort of come out at a nice sort of level, boosting up the army appropriately, and then suddenly, no. It's just gone bang. It's like, whoa, what happened here? Did we get a new writer? What? Yeah.
Yeah, and once a couple of codexes get that powerful, the rest kind of have to be. So they create a rod for their own back because they don't want to go back and nerf those codexes that have just come out.
Yes, Haywire.
Then people get
Haywire grenades, loved them.
Like when they nerfed the buggies for orcs, people got so mad that they were like, actually, no, you're not allowed to take 1 billion of the same fucking buggy, get fucked. And everyone was like, oh, but I just bought like 15 buggies, like this is unjust. It's like, you're a cunt, you deserve it.
How do you argue that logic? You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. You do see the people sort of rage. Oh, but I bought all that. Well, tough. Sell it.
Don't.
Yeah. If you're going to buy a new army, new tournament, yeah, it's a bit extreme, isn't it?
You build an army because of the hobby and you love it, and you think it's really put together. I mean, that's essentially why I build armies.
Yeah, well, my salamanders are that way because that was the models that came with the new box, and then the other half was given to me. So I haven't really bought anything for my new salamanders. It was all, here it is. I went, okay, that's not a comprehensive list. I'll see if I can make it work.
But I think if you get to that point where they're saying, no, you could play this, but now you can't. Oh, that's just crap.
Yeah, I know that leaked inverted bunnies saying they're banning models and said they can't. If it's a tournament, that's the only way they could do it. You can't enforce these things in a casual game. You know.
But you can already. There's restrictions on flyers, isn't there? Is that tournament level or is that in the game? Like you can only have 2 now, can't you?
Yeah, there are. Look, there's rules.
Fly.
Same with Death Guard. You can't have a whole army of poxwalkers. They're limited. They have to have a certain amount of infantry. Yeah. So they do put limits in there, and it does make it better. So you're not poxwalker spamming, which is interesting because I've got a character Typhus who is a poxwalker spamming leader, but now he can't have that full spam that he would normally have. So anyway,
I'd like to do a whole Poxworker versus Custodes game. Like I have 5 Custodes, and you just
it would be over by turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't really work if you had like a small tight army, because like one of the big things is poxwalkers kill you to make poxwalkers. So if you're like turbo elites, they're not going to kill anything.
No, I just keep bringing them back every command phase.
Enough hits the Poxwalkers would go over you in time.
There's been a lot of Poxwalkers. That's right. So we've agreed we need to increase the power of Poxwalkers. Excellent. They've all got railguns now.
Yeah, creep in the room was a poxwalker all along.
That's right.
We'll just make it a 6+ to hit.
Yeah, that's it. That sounds fine. If it rolls a 1, his arms falls off. It's fine. It's fine.
72 of them.
I have no problems with this at all. Except I'd have to model 70 of them with railguns. Oh, God.
Chop an arm off here or there.
Oh, my God. Just blue tack, green stuff, whatever. That's a gun. It doesn't look like one. Shut up.
But
it's been boxed.
With the creep, though, what is the older codexes? I mean, they're going to need some love to keep up.
Yeah. So who's in the bottom tier at the moment? Necrons?
Yep.
They're not having much love. Even the Marines aren't having as much love as they used to.
No. Guard is pretty rubbish these days.
Guard don't even have a book, so if they don't have a book, you don't count. Same, that's Chaos is the same way. Knights.
Demons, yeah. Definitely.
So if they're going to keep amping up, well, fuck me, I can't wait for the Imperial Guard book. You're all screwed. You're great.
Until the next book comes along, and
one of the codex leaks was that they were going to do a Chaos Knights list this year.
Yep.
What's that going to be like if they put the power creep into that?
I look forward to it.
Jesus Christ!
It's a greater demon titan.
It's a fucking Psi Titan, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, Demons, Chaos Knights Guard. Yeah, so they're all bottom tier. Yeah, look, you have to bring our armies to be competitive, but competitive and overpowering. Yeah. I got a good read. I'm going to go through the Eldari book and Tail book and find out all the kinks and stuff like that.
well, I mean, if you think about it, it's got people talking about custodes.
Well, it's got people buying Tau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a great looking army.
They are a great looking army. Yeah.
I'm not a
love
fan.
the look of them, and I do have a small number of town models, but I'm not going to
Get out of here. You've got Tau as well.
I have every single army. That's not a joke. I have all of them.
You have all of them. That's awesome. I've got half of them.
When Shadow War came out, I bought at least a small force of every single army so I could use them in Shadow War.
So Scotty D's made a big call. Custodians, Tau, and Eldari will hit the wall of the new Tyranid codex.
Yeah, that new Tyranid codex looks like they're trying to make a real beat stick.
But I love the flavour behind it. It gives them that... They should be moving at freaking immense speed. You can just see them crawling over. If you've ever seen Starship Troopers, that's what it should be. Just overwhelming.
Tyranids were never short of movement. I mean, back when, 8th dropped, I tipped that they would go up from the old 4-inch movement back to 6. And as it stands, I mean, coming from Space Marines, Tyranids move like nothing else, just about. And with them saying that, they're saying Hormagaunts are now going to be 10-inch move.
Well, good.
And I imagine that Gene Stealers will be just as quick.
Well, they already, be interesting to see what they do with that.
Like, I'm not sure that's a solution though. Like, I feel like a Spirit Army should be piles of cheap bodies, not crosses the table in one turn and then you can't do anything about it.
If you're a battlesuit, you can still shoot.
Because Starship Troopers, it wasn't that the Nids all teleported on top of them. It was they stood there and they shot the endless swarms.
Yeah, and that was the thing. You were drowned in corpses. But like the thing I don't agree with was Hormagaunts getting 5+ save.
Yeah.
That seems a bridge too far to me. But definitely getting AP on their weapons will definitely actually make them useful.
It is amazing how even just -1 AP makes a big difference.
Yeah, well, you'd roll 100 dice in one round of combat, and in some instances, you were lucky if you wounded 2 or 3 times. And it was just because, I mean, you'd have all these 2+ saves or all these feel no pains or all of that kind of stuff, and you just could never land any damage.
I think
you haven't played me with them then.
I think Gene Stealer armies will be sort of a thing of the past a bit too. They've gone to elite slot, and I think maximum of 10. Scotty D
really
as well. Yeah, so they can't have the 20s anymore. So
You've just finished all of yours.
Painting 40 Gene Stealers, and they're going to tell me that I can only use 10.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to fluff that. No one in the history of ever has Tyranids only sent 10 fucking Gene Stealers to anything.
I ran all my Gene Stealers in squads of 10.
Yes, but you had multiples of those.
Yes.
But no Tyranid swarm has ever stopped at 10 Gene Stealers. Like the Great Devourer doesn't just go, only 10, yes. Yes, 10 is fine.
Quota. That's our quota for this week.
10,000 is more like it.
Yeah, it's because the cultists are minors, so it's all about meeting quotas.
3 units of 10. There you go.
Yeah. 3 units of 10, so maximum of 30.
Per detachment, though. Per detachment. So you can have 90 of them. 3 detachments, 90 of them.
Yeah. No objective secure anywhere.
Well, when they're all dead, it doesn't matter, I guess.
So dirty over that. Like I was keen for this thing until I heard about that.
GW took something away from you and you're upset.
Yeah,
it's not even.
Hello, we are the official 10-man delegation of Gene Stealers.
Exactly.
Here is your table, sir.
How are you supposed to have a swarm of 10?
It's not really a swarm.
In no dictionary anywhere is 10 a swarm. I'm sorry.
I think you've got to think it more like Space Hulk. You know, you've got...
Yeah.
G-Stealers are supposed to be elite. If they make them so that they're... Like in Space Hulk, where they would run up and they would fucking fist you. And
not in a good way.
Terminator would just die.
Hey, all I can say is their weapons and their armour better be buffed up to justify
They'll be
that.
Gene Stealer with a railgun. You'll be fine, mate.
Because the thing with Gene Stealers was that they were scarier the more you had. That was all, and that was basically NIDS in general. Is that if you had more than 20 of anything in a squad, you got like extra rerolls and extra attacks and other really good stuff.
That's why I love the combat box. Has got term against, and Gantz. I was going, yes, that's what a swarm should be. Be all these little bugs with a couple of big ones behind and going,
This whole like 5 Carnifexes and a Hive Tyrant and some Zoanthropes is, and that's your army, is like, it's bullshit. It's not. That's not a swarm.
If they hit like Banshees or Scorpions, they should be okay. That's dead against
everything. That's what I was about to say. If you're going to have a squad of 10 Gene Stealers cross the table on turn 1 and start, introducing their claws to the tender parts of my anatomy, then I'm glad there's not 20 of them.
Yeah.
10 of them will take out the squad they charge.
C4 Darkmane's got 5 Carnifexes. He said, hey, stop picking on me.
I've got 2 and plans for more, but that's beside the point.
I only have 4 Carnifexes.
I have one, the original metal one too.
I don't have any.
the big screaming mouth.
You have 2 Hyrule.
But yeah, as I said, I mean,
They're the big flying one.
That just kills the swarm for me. They better let me have like almost unlimited Gants and Gaunts for that.
It will be almost unlimited, I'd say.
Because
I suspect it's just from a balance perspective. If the army's going to be fast enough to be crossing the table like that, then they're not going to be able to let you have, piles of elite Gene Stealers that ignore armor saves.
The thing was that Gene Stealers were always troops. They were always designed to be this squishy, hordes of stuff. They were a slightly better Hormigaunt. Really?
No, I think it was. They're elite. They're so elite. Yeah.
They've always been like the elite part of the swarm, the Gene Stealers.
The Gaunt's always been the troops.
They became troops.
I was always thinking Raveners and Lictors for elites and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. Lictors are good. I hope they get better.
Tyranid warriors are fucking troops in most versions.
Well, I'm hoping they buff them up because they suck at the moment.
Oh, they have. Yeah. They've given them more toughness and power
creep.
Fuck. Power creep, yay! Well, they used to be
that's what we need.
They're that much taller than a space marine. That much.
One's caught a fish this big.
I'll reserve judgment until I see the actual codex, but I mean, if they're curbing the swarm part of it, it really.
I don't think they'll curb it. I think they'll readjust it, so it will be the Gants who'll be the swarm, not the elite ones.
See, the irony was that I'd put 40 Gene Stealers down and they get shot off the table by turn 2.
Oh, hell yeah. I see them running at me, I'm going, I know what I'm shooting first.
If you don't get that turn 1, you're stuffed.
I mean, they
the Synapse look very cool. I've got to say, that looks scary.
Yeah, like my cult only ran squads of 10, but they would crawl out of a pipe behind you and then jump up your clacker. So they didn't get shot.
There is going to be a deployment node or something like that. I've heard that you can hide them
Sick or
somewhere on the
squirrel
field.
Like the Gene Stealer cults.
Yeah,
because they're pretty quiet. If you can hide a tactical war suit, you can hide a Gene Stealer.
You went to
Where's
the Stealth Titan
Creed?
comes
We
out.
need him to hide our main
But
blades.
they must be the mandated 10. 10 is the number they should count, and not one model more.
I think I'm upsetting. I think I'm sorry.
Fucking 10.
Don't make me
Have
laugh.
these people played like space? Fucking what was the
Space Crusade.
See, what if they only had 10 there? That would be a short game. Short game.
I think 5 Terminators is worth more than like 10 Ding Stills.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah.
Totally.
Unless they're Ultramarines.
But yeah, it does sound like Tyranids will not be exempt from the power creep.
No. But I think with the difference with them, I like the flavour behind it. It feels like, what I've read so far, it feels kind of fun. And they feel like a fun army. Tyranids should always be a fun army. You know, they're mindless killing machines. That should be fun to play. Like orcs. They're
I
nuts.
think be too harsh. I think they're very smart killing machines. Very cunning.
Cunningly brutal.
Only in Synapse, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They can come out of it.
Outside that, they're
Actually-
drunken monkeys. Yep.
Actually, that's one thing that I would like to see happen is more consequence for being out of Synapse.
Yeah.
Because
Squats would be fun.
it used to be that if you were out of Synapse, your units would just do whatever the hell they wanted, as opposed to now it's, oh no, they can only shoot or attack the thing that's closest to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're
not
just
like, oh, you're out of Synapse. They're going to go hide under a rock because they don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or eat
Or
the troops
they
that are
run
next
away.
to them.
yeah, well, they eat half the other unit.
Yeah,
and
it's not like with the old Orcs rules. Was that fantasy? Where they,
Animosity.
animosity. You're blood moons. I'm blood axes. I don't want to walking with you. Fuck off. Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that.
They weren't called blood moons, but we're moving on. So, bad moons, blood axes. Get it right.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Hallucinogen grenade. Oh yeah, so I remember we were talking about the hallucinogen grenade before. It was a lot of fun.
It was great.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So we all agree that power creep is not something that's going to go away. It just happens every edition. Every codex seems to have some small amount of it. It just maybe the last couple has just seemed to be hyped up a little bit more, dialed to 11 with their power creep. Well, it's more noticeable, I guess we should say. Especially if you look at tournament results, definitely more noticeable. You agree with that? Yeah, good.
No, it's just better players.
Just better players?
Get good.
Be better? That could be a coach. Yeah. You want to win with guard? All right, here's the first thing. Throw them away, get some towel. That's
Only
sad.
these particular ones.
Yes.
None of the recruit business.
11 rushes will be armor save 2. Well, they are.
They
Already.
are.
Double shot turrets. Oh, hold on.
Oh, they already are.
They are already.
Yeah, yeah.
3 heavy bolters or a las cannon. Oh, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
40 shots from Punisher sounds pretty good.
Yeah, they may be strength 5, I reckon.
Yeah,
Something like
they
that.
are only strength 5.
I thought they were strength 4.
Punisher? No.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
they're
they'll be strength 6 then.
good. And put an AP on him. That would make it even better.
AP -1.
Yep, that would be. That's fine.
If you
What
hit
is
all
it?
20, if you hit all 20 shots, it'll be AP -4. Wow.
Natural sixes.
Tank. Here comes a tank commander. The PS of 2.
Yeah, and if you roll a 6 to hit and then a 6 to wound, you get to take your opponent's girlfriend home.
I like how he says the 40k player's got a girlfriend. Anyway. Yeah. Good. We can write these rules. It'd be easy. And on that note, I think we'll wrap it up. Yeah, folks? Good.
Yeah. The Imperial Guard Codex. No.
That one, that guy put out that data slate of what he thought it should be made so much sense. And it wasn't overpowered. It just went, yes, that works. That works. Come on. Why would you do that? Anyway, that's right. All the guardsmen had railguns.
2.
And they could infiltrate into your deployment zone. It's good. You'll never hear us.
That's not power creep whatsoever.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's your guard homeworld? My guard homeworld is the homeworld of Rambo.
Yeah. Got a helicopter? I've got a rock. Yeah. Alright, so we'll wrap it up. It was good. I like this debate. I think we all agreed that, yeah, okay, it's happening. What are you going to do? Yeah, sell our models and buy the latest meta. That's what we're going to do, right?
No. Just sell anything, because it'll come back around.
Yeah, we'll come back around. That's right. Just sit and wait, Necron players. Just sit and wait.
One day the Rough Riders will be back.
Oh, don't tease me.
Odds on it's a Necromunda.
Yeah, I reckon you're right too. Damn it. They're still legendized. You can still play them. Yeah, anyway. All right, we're going to sign off. Michael, what's our Instagram?
The Instagram is RLG40K.
Very good, very good. Michael, what's... Michael, again, how about we go for Mark? We won't put him too much trouble. Twitter?
Twitter? I don't know.
That's not right.
At RLG Oz Gaming.
Well done. Oh, Michael's on fire. All right, hands on buzzer. What's the Facebook?
RLG 4K. 40K, sorry.
I was going to say, don't go to 4K. We're not that shiny in you. Yeah. And what else we got? YouTube? Go on.
RLG Real Loud Gamers.
Yes.
I'd look it up.
And of course, Anthony, you have your own Instagram, which is...
Bulldust 40k. I have to think about that for a second. Bulldust 40k, thank you. And to everyone who does subscribe or follow, whatever you do on Instagram, thank you. I hit 501 followers the other day. Yay!
That's very impressive. Well done.
Congrats.
And I have one as well. Red Belly Black is my Instagram. And of course, if you're watching us here, you're on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/redbelly. Just like a shirt I seem to be wearing, but you podcasters can't hear it. You can't hear my shirt. I must get a louder one. That's right. Alright, there is a stream coming up on Friday. It'll be on Scotty D49's stream on Friday, where my Drakari Witches will take on his brutal Death Watch. Brutal. I've seen his list. I think I peed myself a little when I saw it, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. In the meantime, you can catch me on this channel, Red Belly Twitch, doing Hobby Nights Tuesday and Thursdays. We haven't done a last painted stand for a while, so we'll have to get back to you on that one. Yeah. Can't remember.
Blood Angel Terminator.
It could be Mort. Could be Mort. I might finally paint his wings. Yeah. It will be a fun game, Scotty D says. Yeah, for someone. It's fine. I got my one win so far. Yes! Against Tau! There's no power creep!
There's no shame in bleeding on somebody to death.
It always feels nice to kill Tau.
I've got to admit, I felt good. Anyway, we'll sign off. Thank you very much, folks, for everyone joining in. Thank you to everyone who joined in the chat as well. Appreciate it as always. You can always catch the podcast, Wobbly Player Syndrome, on pretty much any podcast provider, including Amazon, including all the ones you know, Spotify, whatever, all the other ones. You should listen to us. We're funny. I'll tell you again. We're funny. Alright, that's enough of me. Let's take it away. Get us out of here, Michael.
Well, my God, creep! I'm a weirdo! What the hell are we doing here? We're doing Wobbly Player Syndrome, and you can join us next month for more Wobbly Player Syndrome. Good night!